Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you are okay on that side of the screen. And today with a really interesting device from NewQ. This is a 3-in-1. First of all, it is a file hub, or I would say a mini network attached storage solution, or also known as NAS, portable mini NAS, and also a router, portable of course, and a power bank. And this might be very useful for those that are on the go, and like myself, I only have 64 gigabytes of storage on my phone. So if I'm recording footages like videos or pictures and I want to transfer quickly to a device without plugging in any cables, this might be a great solution, and we will see a lot of things right over here on this particular video. Before we do, don't forget to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, which is B&H Software, a place that we have tested many times here on the channel on how to activate Windows 11, Windows 10 Home or Pro Edition, Office 2021, and we have tested activation and so on and so forth, so it works really well. Taking a look at the NewQ 3-in-1. First of all, let's talk about the unboxing, which I was forgetting. Inside this package right over here, we will have the 3-in-1 router, file hub, and power bank. We will also have a very easy and friendly user guide that we can find. We also have a USB type A to USB, actually micro USB, that you'll see right over here in just a few moments. This is the only thing that I don't like so much. Micro USB in 2022, it should have a USB type C. Everything else is great. The only thing is this: if it had USB type C, would be even better. But having in mind that this is the only thing that I don't like on this device, I believe that's really nice. Now, taking a look at it, we can see some things right over here. This means that it's connected to the internet, which we will see in the app in just a few moments. This means that I'm working with the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi connection of this router right over here, or file hub. This one off right over here is the 5 gigahertz network, which I did disable at this moment. This is the SD card that it's not inserted, but we will insert in just a few moments. And this is the remaining battery that we have. Power button right over here. Here we have the Wi-Fi button, which we will cycle through, and I'll show you a few images between 5 gigahertz and 2.4 gigahertz. This is the way that we will cycle through. And by the way, we will need to have the Ethernet cable connected right over here, but more on that in just a few moments. Here, the SD card slot, and this is a shortcut that if we have a USB drive connected and a SD card, we can instantly back up from the SD card to the USB, and that is just a great function. So let's say that I'm on traveling, I've got my phone full of footages, I want to drop them via Wi-Fi here, and then when I arrive at the hotel room, I just want to offload to the disk, clean the SD card, and I'm ready to go for the other day. And this is a great scenario right over here. Now, that being said, only left is the connectivity. So we will find a USB type A, which I can use to put a external storage USB disk, or I can connect to my phone as a power bank, for example. So the power bank function is right over here. I did connect to my Samsung, work really nice. We also have the micro USB input for charging. This is the only disappointment. And then we have a RG45 Ethernet connection right over here. And then at the back we have the info about the battery, which is 6700 milliamp hour battery. So this is a battery that will last for a long time. Now we can take a look at the app. Today I will not be recording the app on the screen, so we will see everything right over here, real time with the device. Now what we are going to do first of all is to put in SD card right over here, and you will see that it's really quickly to refresh. At least it will take just a few seconds. There we go, disk detected. It will start blinking here, and then in a few moments, there we go, it says that I've got a SD card with 59.45 gigs and available 58. So this is really awesome. I really enjoyed this. By the way, we can access on any computer on our network, or even outside the network. That computer can access directly right over here. I did a few tests on one of my computers. We don't need an app, we just need a browser. We put the address, and then we will have access to everything that we will see right over here on the app on the phone. The look is different. I really prefer the look on the app, but it works really nice as well. Now, before we move on to show you some things, just to explain how this works. The first time that we connect to the NewQ 3-in-1, we will connect the phone to the device, and then on the configurations we will connect this device directly to our network. So it will be an independent device. And that just means that I can access at any time of the day on that particular network. And of course I can connect to other networks when I'm traveling around, but at this moment it's connected to this Wi-Fi right over here, one of my connections, and any device that I've got on my network will be able to access it right over here. So we don't need to change networks and so on and so forth. The other way that we can connect is by connecting with a Ethernet cable right over here, and once we do that, it will turn not only on a file hub but also on a router. And when we have that cable, then what happens is that we have the ability to use the 5 GHz network. I was able to achieve 100 megabits per second on download and 100 megabits per second on upload. So the transfer speeds, I do believe that, and I'm not sure of what I'm about to say, but I do believe that the speeds that I got are limited by the network Ethernet connection with 100/100. So I believe that that's the limit, but that's the connection that we are testing to the internet. I believe that we will be able to transfer faster from here to here, because I did a few tests with movie files and so on and so forth, and it worked really nice. So I doubt that it's only 100 megabits per second. But I've already talked about the router function, which is this, and I also talked about the power bank, we just be able to connect to a phone and charge it. So let's move ahead to the app, and before we move on, let's connect the disk right over here. This is the USB disk of 1 terabyte, so we will connect it. And what I see is that the USB takes a little bit longer to access than the SD card. The SD card is almost immediate, and the USB drive takes a little longer. I'm not really sure if it's because it's a lot bigger, this one has 1 terabyte or not, but at this moment while I was talking, it's already right over here. We can see 2 dots, and there we go. So 953 gigabytes and 820 gigabytes available of storage. And of course we can go to file management, and this we have the whole content of my disk, and then one backup that I already did pressing the button. It did backup from the SD card to the storage, the USB storage right over here, so it put it right over here. This is an exact clone of my SD card, so I could erase it and have it fresh for another day. This was a great thing. Now, this will give me the info of the storage that I've got right over here. This will give me the access, this menu for videos, photos, music, and so on and so forth. But honestly, I prefer the tool of file management, because I can go directly to any folder that I've got. I've got the new hub folder right over here, the iPhone right over here, so I can access any of my folders, pictures, and documents, and so on and so forth. And I can, of course, do a backup that I can share on B-roll from my iPhone to the file hub right over here in a really easy manner. So basically this is it in terms of the menu. And I also have the same SD card backup button right over here, which will do the same as this button. We'll just make a copy from the SD card to the NewQ file hub. Now let's take a look at the settings, which are very interesting and make this device a little bit more richer. So Wi-Fi disk settings, we will find the LAN settings right over here with our MAC address. This is the IP address that we will access from any computer that's connected to the device. And we have the internet settings. At this moment is telling me that the device is directly connected to my network. Well, one of my networks. As you can see, I've got quite a few right over here, but it's connected to one of these. So if I go to Wi-Fi settings, this will give me the settings of the 2.4 gigahertz. I can, if I want, rename the SSID or the network name for the hub, and we can rename also the 5 gigahertz SSID right over here, which actually I already did. I did remove that long name, and you can give it a friendlier name. And besides that, we have the system settings right over here. One of the things that we can change is the user settings. At this moment, I don't have any security at all. I'm just me using this, and I turn it on, I will use it and then turn it off, so no one has time to access it. But if I'm traveling and if I'm on a hotel room and I'll take probably 1 hour or half an hour accessing it, then probably I want to use a username and password. By the way, I'm just talking about backups, but we can also do another thing, which is take our movies here, and then we can access with a Android TV box or something like that. We can access the content, movies, series, and so on and so forth, and watch. So we can do this one way or the other, backup or extract content to entertain. Now, besides that, we also have the host name right over here, which at this moment is File Hub, but we can call it anything else. And then the disk information, which will show me at this moment the two that are connected. Volume 1, 60 gigabytes and 1% used, and the other one has 14% used. So useful information right over here. And then we have the firmware, which at this moment is updated. Guest user, yes or no. We have the information about the cache. Languages, I use English, but if you use any other language, you can. Actually, my language, which is Portuguese, is not here. That could be really cool in the future. And then we have the backup, about, and logout. And basically, this is it regarding the app, and this is it regarding the NewQ. Let's do one final thing, which is let's disconnect the disk, for example, the hard drive. And one of the things that I really enjoy is how quick, and there we go, bam, it did detect that there's no more disk. And if I remove the SD cards, what happens is that it will tell me disk ejected, and boom, 0 gigabytes available. This is one of the things that works really well. On the SD card, it's really quickly to detect if the SD card is in or out. The USB drive takes a little bit longer, but it works really nice as well. And basically that is it. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. I'm really enjoying using it. So I will leave a link down below so that you guys can check it out. And if you are on about and you have a limited phone like I do, then probably this might make some sense. And if it does, don't forget the usual thumbs up right over there in case you have enjoyed the video. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.